Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamey Daddy channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today I wanted to talk about blueprints, and this is something that I believe that a lot of new players will benefit from prioritizing. And when the game first started, we used to approach blueprints in a slightly different manner. But there hasn't been much that has changed anyway since then. Now, why am I discussing blueprints at this time? There are a lot of new players that are playing the game, and even some veteran players that have overlooked the huge supply of blueprints in the game. And because they probably prefer, like me, they prefer specific activities. It's easy for you to kind of stick with those activities and not do the activities that will grant you blueprints. So once you figure out, kind of the power of these blueprints, you're going to eventually start to I would say prioritize them or maybe add them into the mix of your activities, your farming, whatever it is that you're doing within the world. Now, first of all, you can get blueprints and know what blueprints you need by coming to your, crafting table and seeing what items you need blueprints for. Some items require for you to be able to do specific things, like this is called the Sleipnir. And basically, I don't know how you even say it, maybe the Sleipnir or Sleipnir, whatever it is. Its source is from doing the specialization field research. And if you get to a specific tier, you're going to get it. But then you ask yourself, if you're new, what is the specialization field research? And that is the activities here that are tied with the specializations that came later on in the game. The technician being one of them, the gunner, and the firewall. Now, if you notice, this character is my PlayStation character, and I haven't done any of the gunner and firewall, so I'm going to take my time to do it. I think underneath the firewall is where you actually get the opportunity to be able to, get this particular exotic. Is it here or here? Is it gunner? It's okay. There it is. Gunner stage 4. And there are activities that you do for each of them. You start out doing these different things, take out Roach in bank headquarters on normal or whatever it is. And then, what did you say? It can only be completed on normal, higher difficulty. So these little things, you're going to just keep going. And it doesn't matter if you got DLC or not, you'll still have access to doing this. The difference is if you got the DLC, you get access directly to the specialization. Whereas if you didn't, you have to do these activities or field research tasks to be able to get access to the specialization to start leveling it up. And when I say leveling it up, I mean getting specialization points to pretty much, start making your specialization much more powerful. If you notice, I'm over here doing like all this crazy specialization stuff and, adding the points to my specialization character, and very soon I'll probably be done. I need to do my weapons next, and then my team boosting and all that stuff. But that's a whole nother topic for another time. And so that's one way to get some of these exotics. If you look through the other specializations, you'll notice that those specialization research or field research activities have 2 blueprints per specialization. I can't even speak. And these blueprints are actually pretty good. If you actually, take a very close look, there's another blueprint here called the Venmistia Vest. This is a very solid blueprint, and you can't get this item to drop for you in the world. It drops with perfectly braced, which braced is a talent that, pretty much gives you insane weapon handling while you're in cover. I would prioritize this if you really want to run some very difficult gun builds, because some of the harder hitting weapons in this game do not have a lot of stability. So this is one way that you can improve your damage by actually using a vest like this. And then the ammo dump holster is a Badger Tough holster, and I don't remember what it is it has, to be very honest. Like, it's been a while. I have it on my main character. And then you have the Savage Wolverine, which is a named version of the Honey Badger, I think. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's called the Honey Badger Assault Rifle or something like that. I can't even remember. It's been so long. And that's one way to, prioritize, okay, what blueprints I need. And then the second way is basically just looking through the list. This is probably what I should have started with. And this will tell you what blueprints you have and what blueprints you need. They'll be locked if you don't have them, and you're going to see the requirements. This says reward for completing projects. So projects, I'll show you where you can find these. I mean, those of you who are veterans, you know this stuff. And then summit challenges or control points at alert level 3 or higher. And you can also purchase them, from a vendor. So when you go into your projects, you're going to realize that there are some activities that actually grant you crafting blueprints when you're done. Like, this is a daily project for Riker's Hunt. So basically, take out 3 named Riker's enemies, neutralize Riker's activities, and then complete Wall Street mission on hard or higher difficulty, and they'll give you a crafting blueprint. A lot of times those blueprints are really legit, and it's really nice for you to be able to get them. You can also do control points at level 3. If you notice, my open world is on challenging, and that's because I was farming to get the 686 Magnum sidearm to be able to complete my Regulus build. I made a video about this, and I needed to craft that weapon to be able to finish the build. But fortunately, they were selling it in the dark zone. So one of my clan members, Red, basically he and I went into DZ and we farmed, and I was able to just purchase one. I still have not gotten that blueprint, and it's still driving me crazy. So I'm going to be prioritizing it. Hopefully soon I'm able to get it and get my other blueprints as well. If I haven't even gotten it by now, I haven't even gotten it by now, the Police 686 Magnum replica. And so that's another thing that I'm looking towards. And then to the best part of this video is you can purchase your blueprints directly from this vendor, Inaya Alkalik, and she basically has blueprints of exotics that you've recently acquired. If you guys look in my case, I have a blueprint for a bighorn. This is my PlayStation character, so this is my first bighorn here. I was so excited because I just literally logged in and ran one legendary, and boom, at the end, it got dropped for me. And then this is a magazine for an extended 5.56, a sturdy extended 5.56 mag. A very difficult exotic, I say a difficult exotic, a very difficult blueprints to attain. In fact, when the game first started, I think you could mainly get them from donations or only. And you wonder what it is they do. They really do a good job for granting you more rounds to some of these hard-hitting weapons, like the Black Market AKM. Now, this is a hard-hitting weapon, in my opinion, because its damage scaling is insane. And for the longest time, I've had to run just the light extended magazine for it, for the 7... Oh, no, sorry. I'm in the wrong weapon. I'm in the wrong weapon family. I think the 5.56 is for the other assault rifles, these guys here. Let me see. Okay, so this is a light extended 5.56. Sorry. I still need the sturdy 7.62 or whatever it is. And this guy grants you, this magazine grants you pretty much an extra 10 rounds on your weapon, but you have to craft it. So that's another thing. Going to craft your mods after you've attained them is a big deal, because sure, you may attain it, but if you don't craft it, you won't have it. So notice here, I have a large pouch. This is also a very, very critical exotic to own because it gives you extra rounds on your LMGs. You can run an LMG to have an extra 35 rounds. So most LMGs that are big rounds, well, you can have 135 rounds in them. So this is 30 extended magazine, 5.56. And I don't know if I have the 7.62. I don't think I have it. I haven't gotten that yet. So that's another thing that I'm going to be prioritizing. But that one's actually really challenging to get. So let me see. So let's go ahead and put that on. And on this particular weapon, where's my ACR? I'm going to get it. It's got 40 rounds. And I think with the magazine, it's going to grant me an extra 10 rounds. So now I have 50 rounds. So that's also really cool. I mean, it's a very interesting dynamic to have. If you want to get more rounds in your weapon too, you can go to your recalibration station if you really want to augment something like this. And I haven't rolled this. This has got swap speed. And I think I can get magazine size. So I can get more magazine size, but I don't think I'm going to do more magazine size. I'll probably go for damage to armor, or I go for headshot damage, or damage to targets out of cover. Swap speed is also pretty good. Man, it's quite challenging to choose from that final attribute on your assault rifles. But, again, I digress. And this is some of the best ways, in my opinion, to attain these blueprints. I think in the daily, the weekly SHD requisition, which is where you donate resources, you can also get blueprints as well. So if you donate the resources, that they need, it's going to reward you with an exotic cache, but then it also rewards you with an exotic. If I said exotic, I keep saying exotic. Oh, look at it. I got it. It rewards you with a blueprint. I got the Police 686 Magnum. Oh my gosh. That's insane. It rewards you with that. And, pretty much you're able to leverage that and also use that as a source of blueprints. Sorry, I keep saying exotics. I got excited there. That's insane that I got that 686 Magnum blueprint right here while recording this video, when I've been trying forever So that's quite interesting. This game, man, and the RNG, it really sometimes could drive you mad. So you could go ahead and craft some of them if you wanted to with the weapons. But you know, I already got the regular, so I don't think we're really worried. Now, look at these blueprints I have over here. These blueprints are blueprints for exotics that I already own, actually. This is the Liberty, this is the whatchamacallit, the Nemesis, and this is the Chatterbox. And I already own these weapons. Now you wonder, how do you own these weapons and you don't have the blueprints for them? Well, those weapons were dropped for me back in the day. Once a weapon was dropped for you, I think even till date, if you know, if an exotic is dropped for you, you will get the blueprints, except those exotics require a quest to be able to get the blueprint itself. So these, if you want the blueprints for these, which will basically grant you the ability to be able to, you know, go back and roll them and, you know, get a better version, there are tasks that you'll need to do to get their components, which would then eventually get you the blueprint. So if you notice, I have a Chatterbox here. I think I also have two Nemesis, or Nemesis. I don't know how you say it in plural, but I don't have their blueprints yet. There is a method and a pattern to going about getting that if you wanted one. And this is something that will help you to, you know, gain more of these exotics at your beck and call. And like I said, to be able to go ahead and craft these weapons and gain better variation or variants of them. Other exotics, on the other hand, that don't require quests, you get the, you know, you get the blueprints regardless. And, you know, the Nemesis is a weapon that in PvE, it's really weird and situational. I mean, you can use it in dark hours. That was the biggest application for PvE, which is the raid. If you mount station 4 at the end at the boss, you can be there and just be a sniper, and you can help cover the folk on 2 and 3, I think. And you can just help them out, or you could just basically knock down your bosses in your area, and it does a serious amount of damage in PvP. And I'm saying this from a PvE, you know, as a PvE player, this weapon is a shredder. I mean, if you build it so well, it's a one tap for anybody. If you can stay in cover and you're helping your group play Overwatch, it is a one tap for any player if you're able to get them properly. So these are, you know, some of the, I would say, tips on attaining some really solid blueprints. This is basically an overview, but I tried my best to at least cover, you know, a lot of the different aspects of how blueprints can be very important to you as a player. And so, you know, prioritize them. Do not ignore them. Do your control points, whatever is necessary for you to be able to attain these. It will really go a long way for you and for your build. Anyways, I'll get out of your hair. Thank you so much for indulging me. I appreciate you guys so much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'm sure that there are people that will be happy to help with the answers. And hopefully we'll talk in another video. Peace out.